Welcome back to the channel. Today, you need to stop whatever you're doing and check your pocket right now because you could be carrying a hidden treasure without even knowing it. Do not spend these coins. Some ordinary-looking state quarters have turned into silent fortunes, and secret collectors are paying serious money for the right ones. These coins equals hidden wealth, and one tiny detail changes everything. Nobody talks about these big money coins, but today's countdown reveals 4 of the most valuable, ultra-rare state quarters ever found. Every coin gets rarer, more shocking, and worth even more than the last. So stay until the very end, because the final coin could completely change the way you look at your spare change forever. First up, the moment you see a 2001 New York State quarter with a Denver Mint mark, don't be too quick to toss it into a vending machine, because this is not fiction. Some of these forgotten quarters have become hidden treasures that collectors quietly hunt for behind the scenes. Do not spend this coin until you've checked every tiny detail, because one overlooked piece could be the difference between ordinary pocket change and a silent fortune. The year 2001 was a time when America was facing enormous economic uncertainty and historic change, and the U.S. Mint was producing state quarters at an incredible pace to satisfy nationwide demand. Under that pressure, small differences and surviving original examples became far more important than most people ever imagined. The front of the coin proudly displays George Washington, while the reverse celebrates New York with the iconic Statue of Liberty standing before the state outline and the words "Gateway to Freedom," making it one of the most recognizable designs in the entire State Quarters series. Struck from a copper core, covered with layers of nickel, this quarter has a solid, familiar feel in the hand. It weighs about 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters across, and has a thickness of approximately 1.75 millimeters. Even though millions were produced, finding one today with its original surfaces, natural gray toning, old oxidation, light dirt, and even small green verdigris spots can capture serious attention from experienced collectors because these signs often prove the coin has not been harshly cleaned or altered over the years. This particular example shows noticeable wear with many fine details faded away, yet the design and lettering remain readable, telling the story of decades spent in circulation before surviving against the odds. That originality is exactly what many collectors want. Never clean this coin because removing its natural toning or antique appearance can destroy the very qualities that make it desirable. The Denver Mint mark is one of the first details professionals examine, followed by the strike quality, remaining design details, edge condition, and untouched surfaces. This detail changes everything. Patient collectors know that original coins are becoming harder to find, as more are damaged, cleaned, or simply disappear into everyday spending. When one of these authentic examples appears at auction, bidding can become surprisingly aggressive because serious collectors often prefer holding these coins instead of selling them, shrinking the available supply year after year. In today's market, an original old condition example like this has reached an estimated value of $80,200, turning what looks like an ordinary quarter into hidden wealth and a life-changing opportunity for the lucky person who recognizes it first. Professional grading is critical before making any decisions, and patience is often rewarded far more than rushing to sell. Stay till the end, because what comes next is even bigger. The next coin is surrounded by even more mystery, even greater collector demand, and a shocking story that most people have never heard. Next up, at first glance, the 2005 Kansas State quarter with a Denver Mint mark looks like nothing more than another coin hiding in everyday change, but don't let that fool you. This is not fiction. Some of these quarters have become hidden treasures that ordinary people unknowingly spend every single day. Do not spend this coin until you've checked it carefully, because one small detail could reveal a silent fortune that secret collectors have been searching for. As our countdown continues, the discoveries become even more exciting, and what you're about to hear proves that rare U.S. coins can still be hiding in plain sight. The year 2005 was a period when the state quarters program was at its peak, with millions of Americans collecting every new release. The U.S. Mint was working under enormous demand to keep these coins flowing into circulation, and that massive production created fascinating opportunities for collectors who pay attention to tiny details most people never notice. The front of the coin proudly features George Washington, while the reverse honors Kansas with its iconic American bison standing beneath the bright sunflowers that represent the state's proud heritage. It is a design that feels familiar to almost everyone, yet certain original examples have become surprisingly desirable. Struck with a copper core, wrapped in layers of copper nickel, the coin has the classic quarter feel in your hand, weighing approximately 5.67 grams, measuring 24.26 millimeters in diameter and about 1.75 millimeters thick. This particular coin shows moderate circulation wear, with light gray toning, scattered surface scratches, and minor oxidation that reflect years of honest use. Even so, experienced collectors often appreciate naturally aged surfaces because they tell the coin's real story. Never clean this coin, no matter how dirty it looks. Original toning matters, and harsh cleaning can permanently erase the character that collectors want to see, dramatically reducing its desirability. The Denver Mint mark is one of the very first things experts inspect, followed by the strike quality, lettering, rim, original surfaces, and any unusual characteristics that survived circulation. This detail changes everything. Many collectors are willing to wait years for an untouched example because damaged or polished pieces rarely attract the same attention. When an authentic circulated example with original surfaces appears before serious buyers, bidding can become surprisingly intense as collectors quietly compete to secure another piece for their long-term collections. Many refuse to sell once they own one, causing available examples to become harder to find as demand continues to grow. In today's market, a coin like this has reached an estimated value of $75,400, transforming what appears to be an ordinary state quarter into hidden wealth, serious money, and a life-changing opportunity for the person lucky enough to recognize it. Professional grading is critical before making any decision, and patience can often unlock far greater rewards than rushing to sell. But don't go anywhere yet, because the next coin is even rarer, surrounded by an even bigger mystery, and could completely change the way you look at every quarter in your pocket. Next up, the next coin in this countdown may be one of the biggest surprises yet, because it looks exactly like the kind of quarter most people would ignore. It's dirty, scratched, worn from years of circulation, and many people would spend it without a second thought. That could be a life-changing mistake. This is not fiction. Hidden treasures are still moving through everyday change, and the 2005 California State Quarter with a Philadelphia Mint mark has captured the attention of serious collectors who know that appearances can be deceiving. Do not spend this coin until you've examined every detail, because what looks ordinary today could be a silent fortune tomorrow. The year 2005 was an exciting chapter in the State Quarters program, as Americans across the country rushed to collect each new release while the U.S. Mint worked at an incredible pace to meet nationwide demand. During such high production, preserving an original example became more important with every passing year. The front of the coin features the timeless portrait of George Washington, while the reverse proudly honors California with the legendary naturalist John Muir, the towering Yosemite Valley, and the soaring California condor, creating one of the most iconic designs in the entire series. Struck from a copper core, clad with copper nickel, the coin carries the familiar solid feel of a U.S. quarter, weighing approximately 5.67 grams, measuring 24.26 millimeters in diameter and about 1.75 millimeters thick. Every small detail, from the mint mark to the sharpness of the lettering and the originality of the surfaces, can make collectors stop and look twice. This particular example shows noticeable wear, heavy surface scratches, rim nicks, and light, natural toning that clearly reveal a long life in circulation. While many people see only an old, dirty coin, experienced collectors often see history that has survived untouched. Never clean this coin. Original toning matters far more than an artificial shine, and cleaning can permanently destroy the characteristics that serious buyers want to see. The Philadelphia mint mark, the quality of the strike, the untouched surfaces, and the natural aging are all carefully examined before a collector makes an offer. This detail changes everything. Coins that remain original, even in circulated condition, are becoming harder to find because so many have been polished, damaged, or simply spent without anyone realizing their potential. When one of these authentic original examples reaches the auction market, bidding can become surprisingly competitive as determined collectors quietly fight to add it to their collections. Many choose to hold these coins for years instead of selling them, making the available supply even smaller while demand continues to rise. Today, this remarkable California state quarter has an estimated market value of $73,300, turning what appears to be an ordinary dirty quarter into hidden wealth, serious money, and a life-changing opportunity for someone paying attention. Professional grading is critical before making any decision, and patience can protect the true value far better than rushing into a sale. Stay with me, because the final coin is the rarest and most shocking of them all, and its story is about to reveal why collectors are willing to chase it at almost any cost. Next up, now we've reached the final coin, and this is the one that has shocked countless collectors. At first glance, the 1,999 Delaware State quarter with a Philadelphia mint mark seems like nothing more than an old quarter that has passed through thousands of hands. Most people would never stop to look at it, but that is exactly why hidden treasures continue to disappear every single day. This is not fiction. Some of these coins have become silent fortunes hiding in plain sight, and if you overlook this one, you could accidentally spend a piece of serious money. Do not spend this coin until you've inspected every tiny detail, because this final discovery changes everything. The year 1999 marked the exciting beginning of the famous 50 State Quarters program, one of the most successful coin programs in American history. Millions of Americans suddenly became interested in checking their pocket change, while the U.S. Mint worked under enormous demand to produce these new designs. Delaware proudly became the very first state in the series, giving this quarter a special place in U.S. coin history. The front features the familiar portrait of George Washington, while the reverse honors Caesar Rodney riding on horseback, celebrating Delaware's historic role in the nation's founding. Because it was the first release, collectors have always paid extra attention to original examples that survived years of circulation without being altered. Struck with a copper core, covered by copper-nickel layers, the coin has the classic weight and feel of a United States quarter. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters. This particular example shows light gray toning, minor surface scratches, and slight rim wear from honest circulation, giving it the authentic appearance that many experienced collectors appreciate. The Philadelphia Mint mark identification, natural surfaces, edge quality, lettering, and overall originality are carefully examined before collectors make serious offers. Never clean this coin. Original toning matters, and once that natural surface is removed, a large part of its collector appeal can disappear forever. Professional grading is critical because even small differences in originality and preservation can have a major impact on desirability. When genuine original examples like this appear at auction, bidding often becomes surprisingly aggressive as serious collectors quietly compete for the opportunity to own one. Many choose to hold these coins instead of selling them, making available examples increasingly difficult to find while collector demand continues to grow. Today, this remarkable Delaware State quarter carries an estimated market value of $87,500, transforming what appears to be an ordinary circulated quarter into hidden wealth, a silent fortune, and a life-changing opportunity for someone who recognizes its importance before it's too late. So check every state quarter you find. Never clean an old coin. Always have promising pieces professionally graded. And remember that patience can be worth far more than rushing to spend or sell what could be your next hidden treasure.